Hi, welcome everybody, it's Mike Newton here at Lytham Golf Academy, just in the swing studio here, and I'm just in between lessons here, so I'm just going to do a quick little video here, just to maybe help you guys out there with your backswings, and just really maybe highlight how important the backswing is to help a little bit on consistency of obviously the downswing strikes, and then controlling what your golf ball does obviously through the air. So what I see generally happening with so many golfers that I coach here at the academy is the backswing is generally the real downfall as to how they then can create a consistent downswing to obviously create a fairly neutral path and face position to help control the golf ball through its flight. So what I see a lot of golfers do is really as they come away from the golf ball is they get this club head to work very much sort of behind, it's very low and behind the body here at this stage of the backswing. So really from word go, they're making quite an aggressive movement around the body. So generally what I see from there is a lifting action from here. So then they sort of, as they make the backswing in and go up to the top, they sort of lift the hands into quite a high position. Okay, and then from there the sweet spot, so the club head wants to work more in front of the body. So the hands are getting in front of the body very early on the downswing. And we all sort of know really what's going to happen from there is we've got to sort of early extend. We thrust towards the golf ball to try and feel like we drop that club back inside as best we can, but then the handle gets delivered very high and it's very difficult to control your path and face relationship. And the other big thing that will really be sacrificed here is your strike. Okay, you're going to get some very weird and wonderful strikes here, and a little bit inconsistency of where the club actually bottoms out in the golf swing. Okay. So what I wanted maybe for you guys to sort of work on here, and the importance of getting this backswing right, to then try and feel like you're sort of just going to feel like you're laying the club underneath to work it from the inside. We all know we need to hit the ball slightly from an inside path, or it's a position that we all sort of strive to do. You know, maybe hitting more neutral shots, if anything, slightly draw shots here. So we all know we need to hit from the inside, but how do we actually go about and do that? Okay. And I think the backswing plays a massive part of this. So as we take the backswing here, what I want you to try and feel is like you're keeping the club head on the outside of the hands for longer on this takeaway. So as the club comes back, you can see from the screen there, the club head is on the outside of where my hands are positioned. So it's not flipping behind on the inside, okay? So it's working it away and it's keeping that one piece movement here. Keep the wrists at this stage fairly passive. Okay, and we're working that club on that outside of the hands. Okay, so and from there, as your hinge and process works, you can get up to the top. You then got a nice sort of position at the top of backswing to then feel like you can then sort of feel like you're dropping it, laying it underneath to work it from that inside, and that will really help to change your sort of path and face relationship. Okay. Right, so you can probably see on that video clip there, on that slow-mo, how I kept my club head very much connected with the hands at this part of the golf swing. Okay, so you could see maybe as the camera view from there, the club head sat nearer to the hand position here. So everything's a little bit more in front of me, a little bit longer during this backswing. Okay, so it's not obviously working across. You see how the hands sometimes can work in, the club gets flipped way behind, okay, and obviously that then creates other issues in the swing that you've then got to try and get all back into impact. Okay, another good little drill for you to maybe just, obviously if you stood on the driving range here at the academy or any driving range or practice ground, is trying to get a visual here and trying to track this sort of movement. So what I would sort of do here is maybe just align an alignment stick just on the slightly on the inside of the golf ball. Okay, I'll just move this forward so you can see this on the camera. So just slightly on the inside of the golf ball here. And what I want you to maybe sort of do here is as you work the club away, is obviously you're trying to keep the club head on the outside of that stick as you're visually looking down. So you're trying to keep the club head on the outside of the stick for as long as you can, obviously till you get to this stage here where obviously it'll start to work more in here. But that really helps to exaggerate it. Now, I'm quite a believer you've got to exaggerate movements to try and make some change in the golf swing. Sometimes these exaggerations look very extreme when you stop and have a look at these positions, but I think in reality when you're actually making the golf swing, it's obviously not as extreme. So don't be scared of really overdoing this sort of movement. So what I'm sort of saying to you here is, as you move it back, you might even start to do this. Okay, you look at that club and you think, wow, that's a long, long way out there. And it'll feel a long way out there, especially if you're used to working it very much behind you. Okay, so maybe use your camera on your phone or your iPad or something like that, and just try and make sure you square onto where your hands are positioned, the camera straight back where your hands are positioned, and then you can maybe just keep an eye on where that club head is in relation to the sort of hands and your body during that sort of backswing. Okay guys, thanks for watching. I hope this tip really works for you. It's definitely something to try and work on. I think you'll see a lot of the tour players out on there, obviously a few exceptions, but most of them are very much in this sort of position here. Okay, and then they sort of work it low and under, sort of on the way down. It really helps with that sort of path and where they generate a lot of power into the back of the golf ball. Okay, thanks for watching guys. Please do subscribe and hopefully catch up with you very soon.